It's one of Shark Tank's biggest success stories, and also one of its most chaotic. Two brothers, one oversized hoodie, and a dream that turned into a $400 million empire. But what if I told you they almost lost everything? Behind the viral fame and holiday sales was a story of family feuds, supply chain disasters, and even lawsuits. The Comfy didn't just survive Shark Tank, it survived the kind of business chaos that destroys most startups. So, how did they go from zero to $400 million? And how did they nearly lose it all along the way? Let's break it down. Like many great businesses, the Comfy started with something simple: two brothers, a couch, and a cold winter morning. In 2017, brothers Brian and Michael Speciale had a spark of inspiration.
I got up one morning and saw my 7-year-old nephew wearing one of my brother's old hoodies. I just remember he kind of looked at me and said, "Bro, you think they make these for adults?"
It wasn't entirely a new idea. The Snuggie had already sold millions.
Thank you for the feedback.
You guys know how much money the Snuggie made?
Sold 22 million units its first year.
22 million
units in its first year.
But unlike the Snuggie, they wanted something thicker, cozier, and wearable outdoors.
Okay, so if you were on the couch with the Snuggie and you wanted to get up to go do something, you have to take it off every time.
And it's open in the back. It's like having a robe on backwards. We're not knocking the Snuggie, but this is a significant improvement.
Their prototype? A cheap sweatshirt sewn into a giant fleece blanket. No business plan, no supply chain, and no experience in the apparel industry.
Tell me a little bit about your website, or don't you have one?
We do not have it yet because we're about 2 months away from launching.
We don't even have a final product yet to take pictures of and everything else. If we're getting that early next week.
You have the worst answers to the questions, but it comes across so nice.
But they had two things: a crazy belief in their idea and a shot to pitch on Shark Tank.
I think we have a product that is a potential viral product. I mean, we're obviously going to take it online.
Everybody says that. No one's ever come here, stood there, and said, "We suck."
The catch? They had to do it with just one prototype because that's all they had.
What you have right now is still a sample.
And somehow, that single prototype would change their lives forever. In December 2017, the Speciale brothers stepped onto Shark Tank, asking for $50,000 for 20% equity.
Hello, Sharks. I'm Brian Special.
And I'm Michael Special.
And we are the Special Brothers. We're seeking $50,000 in exchange for 20% of our company.
The reaction? Mixed.
The big elephant in the room for me is the other one that you mentioned. It's just like it, except as a hood.
The Sharks were skeptical, but they also saw potential.
Sometimes it's okay to be number 2 or 3 in a really big market.
And the shark who bit, Barbara Corcoran, the real estate mogul with a knack for consumer products. She offered them the $50,000, but for 30% equity, not 20%.
50 for 30%, but you do all the work. I'm going to know how to market it. I think you hyper-focus online, and I can help you there because I sell so much product online.
The brothers agreed on the spot. It seemed like a dream deal, but the hard part was just beginning. After Shark Tank, the Comfy exploded.
Barbara?
You have a deal.
Okie dokie.
Let's get comfy together.
The tank and the deal with Barbara Corcoran really got us going. And now we've sold into over 70 countries around the world and are popping up in major retail as well.
They hit $20 million in sales in their first year. By 2020, they crossed $65 million. Social media influencers turned the Comfy into a viral must-have. But behind the scenes, things were falling apart. First problem, they couldn't keep up with demand. Their first supplier was too small, causing months-long back orders. Warehouses overflowed, and their shipping times became a nightmare. Second problem, knockoffs flooded Amazon. Cheap copycats started selling for half the price. Customers were confused, and the Comfy's brand started to suffer. But the worst problem of all, the brothers themselves, because success wasn't bringing them together. It was tearing them apart. As the Comfy grew, so did tension between the brothers. Brian wanted to expand fast, go big on retail, ads, and new products. Michael wanted to stay lean, focus on online sales and control margins. They argued over everything: retail versus e-commerce, expanding too quickly, taking on investors. By 2021, it reached a breaking point. Brian wanted out. Michael wanted control. And so, in June 2021, they made a deal. Michael bought out Brian's shares, becoming sole owner of the Comfy. Even Barbara Corcoran sold her stake, cashing out her Shark Tank investment. The Comfy was now a one-man show. But the chaos was far from over. With Brian gone, you'd think things got easier. But instead, they got worse. In 2022, the Comfy fired its CEO, Susan Hudson. But she didn't leave quietly. She sued the Comfy for breach of contract and fraud, claiming they owed her ownership stakes she never received. The lawsuit dragged on, adding legal bills to their growing headaches. As of 2023, the case was still ongoing, leaving the Comfy's future uncertain. But through it all, the Comfy kept selling. By 2023, they crossed $400 million in lifetime sales. They'd sold over 10 million units worldwide, and the Comfy became a permanent holiday bestseller on Amazon. As of 2023, Michael Speciale is looking to sell the company. After all the success, family drama, lawsuits, he's ready to cash out. The Comfy became a $400 million empire. It made millions for everyone involved. It became one of Shark Tank's greatest success stories. But it destroyed a family partnership, caused years of legal fights, and left only one brother at the helm. In business, success has a cost. The question is, would you pay it? Was the Comfy's success worth the price they paid? Should they have handled things differently? Comment below. If you enjoyed this breakdown, make sure to like this video and subscribe for more Shark Tank business stories. See you in the next video.